Charlie, where have you been, man? I've missed you. I thought somebody stole you. You're gonna be a hardcore super fan of what I've got to show you today with this deck of playing cards, Charlie. This is a good one. I'm gonna take the 9 of clubs and put it in the middle of the deck, face up, protruding like a little sausage. Charlie, I spin the playing card 180 degrees and it magically, mysteriously, instantly transforms into any playing card that I want, Charlie. It's a mother swear word miracle. And your audience, Charlie, your participant will respond accordingly, Charlie, accordingly. I'm Daniel Madison. This is the wheel change. I'm not gonna hurt him, Thomas. I just want my sausages back. I am Daniel Madison. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thank you for choosing to spend a bit more time with me today. In this video, I'm going to teach you the wheel change. The wheel change is the final change in my changes phase. But Daniel Madison, what does that mean? Over the past month, I've been teaching color change after color change, my transformations, most of which are from a project that I called Changes that I released a long time ago. Now I wanted to update and refresh each and every one, and this is the final one in that collection. That's not to say that the wheel change is the final color change, the final transformation that I'm ever going to teach. No. I have plenty more where that came from, my friend. Plenty more color changes on the way, and I saved the best and the hardest till the very end. The wheel change is arguably the most technically challenging when it comes to sleight of hand and dexterity with your fingers, with your little digits, with your little sausages. Thanks, Charlie. Now when you look at the wheel change, when you see it performed, when you see it executed, you might think that it's very easy, but you are very wrong, my friend. Now I hope that when you see this, when you're learning this, I hope that I can inspire you creatively when you see the method, because this one, the mechanics in the wheel change are quite different. In most cases, in most sleight of hand, when you challenge sleight of hand, when you try and learn something new or you try and create, the idea is to start dirty and end clean. This one's backwards. This one works backwards. In this one, you start clean and you end dirty, but don't worry, right at the very end, you will end clean. You can hand the playing cards out for your participant to inspect and respond accordingly. Really not a fan of those people who say things like, I like to think outside of the box, me. I like to meet new people. I like to go on walks with my dog. Now I don't like it when people talk like that, but this one is thinking outside of the box. Simply because you start clean, you end dirty. It's kind of backwards. So when you look at this, you might think it works one way, but really this one actually works backwards. Now I'm not going to waste any more time talking. I know you want to get straight into this. I know you want to learn. Without further ado, I'm Daniel Madison and this is the wheel change. To help us on this journey of learning the wheel change, I'm going to enlist the help of my GoPro. I'm going to clip it right to my table here so that you can see exactly what I can see, bring you up close, learn everything there is to know about the wheel change. This one is technically challenging, so this might be a long video, but please be patient with me. I do talk a lot, but when I talk for a reason. There's so much that needs to be said when it comes to the practice and the execution and the performance of sleight of hand. You need a deck of playing cards. I'm going to use 2 top playing cards. We're going to go Ace of Diamonds, 9 of Clubs. So I want to start as usual by basically just exposing the mechanics and show you what's going on from start to finish quite quickly, so that the mechanics go straight into your head. Then we'll spend time afterwards talking about this in great intricate detail. We're going to start with the top 2 playing cards, and I'm going to have a break underneath those top 2 playing cards. This allows me to pick the playing cards up like this. Thumb's going to go underneath like so, finger 1 on top, and I'm going to turn it over like this. so that I'm looking at the ace of diamonds. Now I'm doing this so that the audience doesn't see, my participant doesn't see the card yet. I don't want them to see it yet because I'm starting dirty. The ace of diamonds is the dirty playing card. I don't want people to see that the ace of diamonds is the card that's gonna be finalized. So when I turn the card over, I turn it like this so that the audience are looking at the back of the playing cards. So once I turn it over, I riffle down the side with my thumb, stop about halfway, and place both of these playing cards inside about halfway, like so. As they make it in there, I push the ace down just so that I can see the top of the index, just the ace itself, not the actual diamond. I pull the ace, the 9 up a little bit. The next step is to push the cards above it up like this. But you want to push the playing cards up like this so that you're just covering up the ace of diamonds from being seen. So once I know that I'm level like this, once I know that I'm safe and nobody can see the ace of diamonds, I'm now ready to show people that 9 of clubs protrude in the deck. So I do that. By the way, my thumb covers the side here, finger 1 covers the side here, so that you can't see the ace of diamonds that stands a chance of being exposed, perhaps. So I cover them on the side. I'm now ready to lower the situation like this. So I lower the playing card so you can see the 9 of clubs. So it starts like this, I lower down. As I lower down like so, finger 2 of the free hand comes into play, comes over the back of the cards like this, pushes those cards back down and covers the ace of diamonds here like this. So I'm now completely covering the ace of diamonds. From this position, the deck hand, I'm going to reach out with fingers 1 and 2, and finger 2 is going to make contact with the top right outside corner of the 9 of clubs here. So this is my situation that I'm currently in. From the back, looks like this. Now what I'm going to do, these 2 playing cards are going to pivot around finger 3 of the deck hand. They're both going to pivot around. What you're aiming for is both playing cards to do this. That's kind of the aim. So all of the pressure is going to be pulling both those cards this way, and they're going to pivot around finger 3. That doesn't happen though, and I'll show you why. So finger 2's on top of the ace. Finger 2 of the deck hand is on top of the 9 here. Now I pull the ace of diamonds, I'm going to pull it towards finger 2 of this hand. Now what that does, it causes both cards to start pivoting. At the same time, finger 2 starts pressing down on the 9 of clubs. So I pull this way, finger 2 presses the 9 this way. I'll try and expose this as much as possible. And what happens is, you see, they both, as they pivot around finger 3, they both straighten up. Finger 2 of the deck hand is causing the cards to straighten up, whilst finger 2 of the free hand is causing the rotation. As both playing cards pivot around finger 3, the cards straighten up at this corner here. You'll feel all the pressure of the playing cards, of both those playing cards, pressing against finger 3 and finger 2 of the deck hand. Now at this point, finger 2 pushes both cards into the deck, as finger 2 of the free hand keeps that rotation going. Now that allows this corner to clear finger 3, it gets away, and I now pull down on both cards with finger 2, and they end up kind of on the back of finger 2 of the deck hand like this. So you can see how the change is realized just from that moment. So from here, from this position, finger 2's here, I pull upwards, they rotate, and then I keep the rotation going onto the back of finger 2 here as I push them back into the deck, both cards. The thumb now comes along to help by pressing both those cards on the side like so to straighten up. And by the time that you've achieved a 180 spin, both playing cards will be completely aligned. And as you can see, we started with the 9 of clubs, a single playing card. We ended up with a double playing card. We've actually finished dirty. We started clean, we ended dirty. So I'll do that once again a little bit faster. So we lift the 2 cards, put them inside, down, lift the 9 up. I cover this for a moment, get my grip right. Finger 2 pushes those cards down, makes contact with the ace. Finger 2 of the deck hand goes on top of the 9 here, thumb at the side. I pull upwards with finger 2 as finger 2 of the deck hand is pulling down. the cards rotate, and now we straighten up into the deck like so. So that's the change side of it. At this point, I would then simply pull the cards out, put them on top face down, take the card off again, and we finish with another change back to the 9. We're going to look at some practicing so that we can refine the way that you perform this, and we're also going to look at all the intricate details of what to do, what not to do, and how to make this look good when you're performing it. As you can see, I've moved the camera so it's over my shoulder so you can see the playing cards the way that I see them, and at the same time you don't get to miss out on my strange little face. Who am I? Before I forget, anybody who has not yet seen Praxis by Chris Ramsey, head over to Chris Ramsey's YouTube, check out Praxis. It's an incredible utility move. He first showed it to me about 7 years ago, a way of controlling a playing card from the middle of a deck. Now, if you tie Praxis up, if you put it together with the fan change, oh, heavenly. I'm not going to show you it right now, but check out Praxis, then check out the fan change. Not a bad control. So the wheel change, there's a lot to cover, so we're going to get right into it, and I'm going to stick to the same playing cards that I used in the demonstration. Ace of Diamonds, Nine of Clubs. Nine of Clubs on top, Ace of Diamonds underneath. You have a break underneath the top 2 playing cards. You lift up like so. So when I lift these playing cards up, I'm seeing the Ace of Diamonds. The participant, Susan, is looking at the back of this playing card. Now, as I do this, I start riffling straight away, and I want to get about halfway down. To be honest, it doesn't really matter how far down you are, as long as it's in the middle of the deck, because you're relying on the deck to keep these 2 playing cards held together, posing as a single playing card. So, lift it up like this, riffle, put the cards inside about halfway. Now, when I'm doing this, 9 times out of 10, I will put the playing cards in all the way down so that I can just about see the ace here. There we go. Just about see the ace. So I'll go in like this, and then I'll come back up with the 9 like this. So from the participant side, from what they're looking at, it just looks like I'm putting a playing card in there, when really I've set myself up. Now I want to, is bevel the right word? When like pushing these cards up like this, is that bevel? Beverly, I don't know, bevel. So you want to push those cards up. In fact, you don't even have to do this. You're gonna have to judge this based on each performance, each time you're doing it. If you're doing it for camera, it's gonna be a lot different. If you're doing it for people, then you're gonna have to think about your angles a lot more. By the way, this is quite angle sensitive, but I've worked on this to a point where it doesn't need to be. It feels very dirty because it is, and there's a lot to hide because there's a lot going on, but really the bits that you're showing to the participant, to your audience, when you show them the face of these cards, everything's kind of covered up anyway. You only really need to worry about this situation right now, where the ace is protruding slightly in the way of the 9. It's the only thing you've got to worry about, really. So once you're in this position, you don't have to do this, but you push these cards up so that you end up looking like this. This just hides the ace, of course. Cheers, Charlie. That just hides the ace, of course. So from this position, I'm now ready to show this to the audience. Now, as a close-up performer, I don't do stages and big places like that. I like to be personal, right, intimate, right up with people. So this one for me is you get as close as you can without being uncomfortable. You don't want to start hugging someone. You know, you don't want to get in someone's personal space, but you want to get as close as you can so that once you're in this position, so you go from here, we're talking, I'm stood about as close as my reflection. I'm going to lift the card up like this. They can't see it yet. Put it in the middle, and now I'm going to show the card. So now I can come down and show the playing card, and don't worry, in a minute I'm going to teach you how to do it like this, where you can show the card like this and then put it in the middle and you're good to go. I think that's the way that I did it in the demonstration, but I want to teach you every single aspect of this. So I'm this close, I lift the cards up, put them in the middle, I'm set up, I'm good to go. Now I lower the cards down as the playing cards, as the deck is coming down like this. This hand will come over the top. This hand will come over the top and get in position by the time I'm down. So I will have already covered up the dirty card, the ace of diamonds, by the time, come on camera, by the time I get down. So my hand's gonna be over the top like this. That's not a bad angle actually. So like this. Now that I'm confident that they can see the 9 and I'm covering the ace with all fingers cover the ace, I'm confident they're looking down on this, remember, so they're just seeing the top. Once I'm confident that they've registered the 9 of clubs, then I can start the wheel change. So a few things to note before we move on to the actual change itself. One, if the card's too high up, finger 2 is not going to be able to reach it. Finger 2 will not be able to get to that corner. So don't put yourself in a situation where you put the card and you're down here and you can't reach, because you're going to have to start rearranging and changing things, and you kind of give away that you're doing something dirty, that you're up to no good. You don't want to add any extra. You don't want to add any extra or unnecessary actions. And readjusting, once you've put this card in, readjusting is a bad idea. You want it to be right from the start. So, like I said, I get it in about halfway because I know finger 2 can reach that corner at that point. So from here, my finger's covered. Finger 2 reaches over the top. I start to execute the wheel change. So I pull up here, let it pivot around finger 3 as it straightens up. Let those 2 corners, these 2 corners, clear finger 3 as the cards are pushed. I'm not holding the deck tight enough there, but as they push in, the thumb helps, and I'm straight and I'm complete. From this position, you can do a few different things. First of all, you can very easily just take both playing cards out as one, turn them face down on top of the deck, then you're left with another kind of change, another impressive, I don't know what you want to do with it. Maybe you could turn it into a different change, or I don't know, it's up to you. It's up to you when you perform. That's the first option, is just taking it out. But from this position, there's actually a lot you can do. One of the things I like to do, so we're here, we achieve the change. One of the things I like to do, turn the deck like this. So you've done the change in front of people down here, down at belly height. So I've done the change, everybody's looking down on it. I'm now going to readjust because I have the ace here. I'm going to readjust up here, my position. Change position, bring it here, and if I grab those 2 cards on the corner, can you see that all right? If I grab those 2 cards on the corner here, now I can pull the deck away, and as I pull the deck away, I'm going to do a snap change and then clean up as I show the 9 of clubs. One option. Also, you can do a snap change inside the deck, which is an idea that I love, the idea of a snap change from the deck. So you don't have to actually take the playing cards out of the deck, move them down slightly, maybe here, and then snap change in position. Now this allows you to drop the 9 of clubs. This allows you to, once you're here, this allows you to clean up on the back as you take this out. It gives you the freedom of moving this hand away. I love to do that. So once you've done the wheel change, raise that up here, snap change, and then showcase the next card. One idea. Another idea that I like too is an instant cleanup. So once you've done the wheel change, so let's get in position actually. Get ready for the wheel change, do the wheel change. Once we're here, once we're in this position, you can now freely clean up. We have 2 playing cards here, so we're in a dirty situation, right? And all it's going to take, because I'm showing the ace, is pushing that 9 into the deck as I take out the ace of spades, ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, and we're left fairly clean. Now, obviously, the 9 of clubs is in the deck, face up the wrong way around, but you could turn that into a trick if you wanted to. Depends on your situation, depends who you're performing for, what style of trick you're going for. Really is up to you. Right now I just want to show you everything that I know about this. Now the ideal situation is being as clean as possible. Now that's ideal for in terms of handling and the way that your dexterous control over the playing cards with your sausage fingers, the way that you're handling everything. So to make this as clean as possible, we might have to sacrifice parts of the trick. Now this might make sense to a lot of sleight of hand people watching as I explain the next part, because I don't mind being dirty. I'm a dirty boy, right? I don't mind being dirty when it's to do with sleight of hand, because I know that I can control it to a point where if I show you 2 playing cards, I know that you're going to believe that that's only 1 playing card from the way that I handle them. If you hold playing cards like this, very carefully, or I've seen a lot of new magicians hold them like this. Look, I'm only holding one card. Look, it's just one. Like over-proving or not being comfortable enough. So in terms of being dirty, when you're good at sleight of hand, when you get good at it, you don't have to worry about those things. But I have to be very aware that new people are watching too. Because I'm confident with how cleanly I can handle 2 playing cards as one, I don't have to worry about when I'm dirty or not. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you want to be as clean as possible, if you want to start with 1 playing card and end with 1 playing card, the mechanics of it do change slightly, or should I say the setup changes slightly, because now we have to already have the 9 of clubs in place, ready for the change at the end. So we're shifting the sleight of hand, the mechanics from one place to another. It's still quite dirty. There's still the same amount of stuff going on. The only benefit that you get from this one I'm about to show you is being able to handle this playing card as one at the start and at the end, or should I say the ace of diamonds at the start and the 9 of clubs at the end. So really what we need to do is we need to start with the 9 of clubs in the deck, face up and protruding by about centimeters, just so we can see the 9, and then with the beveled deck as well, if that's the right word, spread over the 9. So if we start in this position, obviously it's easy to set this up when no one's looking, when no one's around, when no one's in front, really watching. And obviously with a bit of skill, a bit more effort, you can do this right in front of somebody without them knowing. For example, half past the bottom playing card, turn the bottom playing card face up right in front of everybody while you're talking. Protrude it slightly by a centimeter underneath the bottom of the deck, bevel the whole deck forward like this, and then simply cut half the deck to the top. Now I'm in position and I have the 9 of clubs face. I shouldn't need to explain this, but I'm just showing you that you don't have to worry or overthink about these things. So if we begin with the 9 of clubs in the middle of the deck, face up, protruding like a little sausage, 1 centimeter out, just so that I can see the 9 and it's covered up here. Now I can handle the deck fairly freely. I'm going to hold on to the sides of the 9 like this, just so that I can hide them from each side. And this is what we want people looking down on the top. If they look from the front, it's a little bit of a discrepancy. But if we can keep this as clean as we possibly can, or as hidden as we possibly can, then we can start like this. Now I'm going to take the top playing card and handle it freely. This is just 1 playing card now, and then I'm going to come down. I'm going to hold the deck down here. I'm going to show everybody the card, and then I'm going to come upwards like so, and the outer index, the inner index is going to come up and contact the back of the 9 of clubs. And as soon as I'm confident that it's touched the back of the 9 of clubs, I'll show you as close as possible. As soon as I'm confident that it's touched the back of the 9 of clubs here, then I'm going to push it all the way in. Cheers, Charlie, good timing. All the way in, like so that the 9 of clubs exposure is just on top of it. Now I can do this. So take the top card, show it freely, show it fairly. It goes in like so, and it looks like I'm just putting it in the deck when really I'm putting it behind the 9 of clubs. Now I'm in position to execute a wheel change right from putting a single playing card in the deck. So we go from here, underneath the 9, put it in, and then straight into the wheel change. Once you've achieved the wheel change and you're in this position, one final suggestion: if you now turn the deck this way to the audience, to your participant, move the card around this way so you're held like this. You can now from this position achieve a swing change. That was the wheel change by me. Ha! If you want to learn more things like this, if you want to learn more sleight of hand with playing cards, more deceptions, more magic, more devilry, make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when I upload more tutorials. The future for me in this channel is sharing everything I know about deception with playing cards. So you want to come along with me on that journey, just make sure you subscribe. I'm Daniel Madison, this was the wheel change. I'll be back soon with more playing card tutorials and more deceptions. See you next time. What the swear word is going on? Ah!